highlighted for me the importance of a free press. I think in many countries, if such a documentary was to be made, it would never be allowed to be aired. So I think, first of all, credit to Ghana, to the way Ghana works, to its openness, that kind of documentary can be made and can be shared. So I think that is a real positive. I think it did beg a lot of questions, and I hope and expect, based on what we've heard from the President and others, that this now needs to be followed up with thorough investigations. I don't think you can have trial by media. I think it should be investigated thoroughly, but there was certainly enough prima facie evidence, or enough evidence on the face of it that merits deep and thorough thinking, and I hope that's what happens next. I certainly don't think everything's wrong with Ghana. As I said at the start, it's a privilege, it's an honour to be here. There's lots and lots of fantastic things happening in Ghana, and I've met countless brilliant, interesting people. But we needn't be binary, either it's all good or it's all bad. I think in every society there are things that we want to be doing better. And I think corruption is a challenge that I know Ghana's been wrestling with for some time. The President set up the Office of the Special Prosecutor to try and deal with some of this. But I think this is a further example where it needs to be taken seriously and it needs to be gripped. And I think if it isn't gripped, that's when I think Ghana will have problems, not because I say it has problems or because the UK will think it has problems, but because Ghana itself and its people know that when you have corruption, the people that lose out are the people of Ghana themselves. So I think there's enough there, I think, that merits serious investigation. You can never do enough against corruption. The one thing I always think about with corruption is it's like a seed, that if you plant it and bury it, the roots will spread and it will become wider. So things like Anas's expose reinforces for me the importance of transparency, the importance of visibility of action. So that to me is it's not an event. We don't become non-corrupt in the same way the UK doesn't. It's a constant process, and we've got to keep on fighting and pressing to make sure that transparency exists across all the kind of areas that I think were highlighted and more. Because, as I said, it's a pretty simple thing. When there's corruption, we too often, in my mind, focus on those that benefit and say that's not fair, they're benefiting. Actually, that's the tip of the iceberg. Underneath that are people who are losing out, and it's people of Ghana who lose out when that happens.